Hey everyone, it's Stranger Grayson here. Welcome back to another horror movie review. Today, we'll be taking a look at another of the Child's Play franchise. And this is the point where the Child's Play name gets kind of dropped and we're left with Chucky. And this movie's title, of course, being the first one to do this. And from this point on, I think all the movies do this except for the remake. And that movie is Bride of Chucky. Which is obviously kind of like a spiel of Bride of Frankenstein. I think they're trying to parody that in a way. Here's the cover for the movie right here. You guys can see that right there. So this movie came out like 7 years after the release of Child's Play 3, because they were trying to, come back from like how Child's Play 3 kind of like postponed the Child's Play franchise because it didn't get a lot of good reception, since it was released like 10-11 months right after the second movie. So Bride of Chucky, what is it about? So Bride of Chucky picks up around the same time Child's Play 3 left off, where Chucky got like sawed up into the blades. We open up with like a jailhouse where there's a whole bunch of crime scene evidence and stuff like that, evidence lockers. They reference a lot of the horror franchises at that time, like Freddy, Michael, Jason, Leatherface with a chainsaw. And while panning around the evidence locker, we see that Chucky's remains have like been erased, or not erased, they've been stolen by a cop who's been like bribed by a certain lady to get the evidence from Chucky and bring it to her for money. He's driving over there, and once he stops, he gets kind of snoozy and he looks in the bag. When he sees what's in it, he gets disgusted, and then all of a sudden from behind the car, a girl slits his throat and kills him and steals the evidence for herself. And this girl turns out to be Tiffany, who is played by Jennifer Tilly. I think she does an amazing role as Tiffany in this film. Tiffany is the ex-girlfriend slash, girlfriend of Charles Lee Ray, or Chucky. And she's stealing his pieces so she can resurrect him. So she sews the doll back together, staples him back together, finds pieces around her trailer because she collects dolls. So she finds pieces from other dolls that she doesn't need and sticks it onto Chucky to get, him fixed. She does the seance again and brings Chucky back to life. Once he is back to life, Tiffany tells him that she brought him back because, he promised her something a while back. He gave her a ring because she wants to get married with him and together. But Chucky laughs at that statement, saying that will never happen. He's a doll. He needs a human body. But even then, he still wouldn't marry her. She gets all pissed off, locks him in a baby cage. Of course, then he gets pissed off. And the next night, he breaks out of his baby cage with a ring that was on a doll that she had placed in there, and he sneaks into the bathroom where she's taking a bath, and he kills her, electrocutes her. Then he uses the seance to bring her back inside of a doll, and she gets all pissed with him. He laughs. Now he's saying that both of them need a body to get out, and he then tells her about the heart of Mbala that he was wearing on his neck when he died in the first film, which, he wasn't wearing that in the first film, but, they need that for continuity reasons. But on the other hand, they know exactly who to get their bodies from. Tiffany is actually friends with a neighbor named Jesse, and he's kind of struggling with his relationship with his girlfriend. He's trying to, find love with her, but her uncle is refusing them to do that. So he gets an offer from Tiffany. At this point, he doesn't realize that she's a doll, and they run away together. with like money. So they're on the run right now. They're fugitives, but Chucky and Tiffany tag along, and this is where all the chaos ensues. Bride of Chucky was definitely a change up from the other three films. This time you get like another doll to follow along, not just Chucky. I like that aspect. Tiffany, I thought was a great character addition to the story. Jennifer Tilly does an amazing job with her character. I gotta be honest, the main characters of this film, Jesse and Jade, they're terrible. They are so annoying. I don't like their writing. It ruined most of the film for me because we're stuck seeing these characters throughout most of the film along with Chucky and Tiffany. And they can just be douchebags to each other sometimes because, when Chucky and Tiffany start going on this killing spree, they're getting blamed for it, and they keep going back and forth, accusing one another of murdering these people. I'm like, dude, come on. Like, that gets so annoying. And their kind of friendship with another guy named David, I thought he was actually better than the two main characters. Even though you don't really get to see him that much in the movie, for reasons that you will see when you watch it. But I don't like Jesse and Jade. They're probably my least favorite main characters of a Child's Play movie so far. And they brought this movie down for me a lot. I think the only thing that saves this movie is, Chucky and Tiffany. The kills were really cool. I like the more creative kills of the franchise. This is where the franchise started going a little bit downhill. To me, well, I think Child's Play 3 kind of started it off for most people, but then it got worse and worse with the next couple sequels, and I'm pretty sure Curse of Chucky brought it back. But anyway, the kills in this film were very creative. There's some references to some other horror icons in a kill that you will see. Tiffany's kills, of course, she's trying to tell Chucky to pull himself into the 90s. Stabbings are not a thing anymore. You want to get creative with your kills. I like how they go back and forth with that aspect. There's one kill where Chucky uses a lighter and a rag to blow up a cop car with a cop inside it and kill him. I thought that was one of the more creative kills in the franchise. Probably one of my favorites so far that I've seen. Then there was another kill where Chucky smothered a guy with a pillow. He just sat on the pillow and just smothered him to death with it. I thought that was kind of funny because while that was going on, he was talking with Tiffany. Chucky and Tiffany's writing, honestly, this has been like my favorite writing of any of the Child's Play films for Chucky, not everybody else, just for Chucky. He's pretty funny in this movie. I think the design of Chucky and Tiffany are like amazing. Like, this is the part where Chucky for like who he really is. Not a lot of people know him as like the clean face guy. They know him with like stitches in his face and on his lip and his torso like all tore up. This is where like he gets that sort of iconic look. Tiffany, I think she looked great in the film. The doll designs were amazing. Soundtrack was pretty cool. I do like the soundtrack for this film. But it just, I don't know. It's just some of the choices that they made this film honestly just kind of brought it down for me a lot. I don't like how they'll, add stuff into another film that was never there. I don't like it when movies do that in general. That's one of my pet peeves. And I hate it when the main characters suck in the film because that makes you not want to watch it. The only thing that kept me watching this was Chucky and Tiffany. I thought Brad Dourif and Jennifer Tilly were amazing doing the voicing for the two dolls. And yes, Brad Dourif is back again for the movie. But I don't know. It's just the Bonnie and Clyde type of thing. It was okay. It wasn't my favorite rendition, but this movie really didn't hold up for me as I thought it would. But I would watch it again. But honestly, this has been my least favorite of the franchise so far. It may get worse because I heard Seed of Chucky is really bad. And I know when I watched it a while back, like 10, 11 years ago, I did not like it. So I don't know if my opinion will change or not. But anyway, Bride of Chucky, that has been my review on the film. I thought it was pretty decent for what it was. Not my favorite, my least favorite so far. But it's still a really good film. I think you guys would enjoy it, especially with the kills and stuff, because they get creative with these. If I had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it about a 7 to a 7.5. It wasn't terrible, so, you know, I still got some pretty good fun out of it. It's just a lot of this writing and Jade and Jesse, they were just annoying characters. I didn't like most of these characters. They were either douchebags or people I didn't like. So, what is everyone's thoughts on Bride of Chucky? Let me know down in the comment section down below. Would really love to hear your thoughts on it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you sometime this week with another review. So, God bless, and have a great Sunday and great weekend. Bye, everyone.